Welcome back, everyone. It's a Tier 10 game on Live Oaks. I'm in my Tier 9 Russian medium, the T-54. And check out this lineup.
Let's get this show on the road.
Both teams have 5 artillery each. It's like the battle days prior to 8.4. Maybe it was 8.6. Prior to the great Arty nerf. When Arty was everywhere. Because anyone can play artillery really successfully. Rather than nowadays where it's anyone can play artillery and, well, generally suck in it. Because artillery is very hard. With so few actual combat tanks on each team, and in particular, although a fair chunk of them are more Tier 10s, particularly on their team, they got 3 Tier 10 tank destroyers, 2 Tier 10 heavy tanks to our, let's see, it looks like 3 Tier 10 heavy tanks. I'm sorry, no, 2 Tier 10 heavy tanks, a Tier 10 medium, and a Tier 10 TD. But let's talk about us. T-54 makes a very solid scouting tank. So I'm flying up here. I get here far enough ahead that my counterpart doesn't see me get into the bush here, but I'm able to spot him. And as long as I hold still here, I'm very, very hard to see. But eventually, I decided I've had enough. I give him a shot. I can see other incoming fire coming in. I know there's artillery out there, and I was probably one of the first things spotted, so there might be a lot of artillery looking at me, so I have to do a little evasive maneuvering. Fortunately, one of our Tier 10s is blown straight off the board on the very, very first pass here. And I'm concentrating on trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with the T-54 I know is coming this way, and potentially a whole bunch of his friends as well, without exposing myself too much to the giant flood of artillery. Other tanks have arrived to try and help me out. Matter of fact, most of the team has come this way. All the tank destroyers. Quickly pop a shot in a dangerous T-54 E1 autoloader, then duck back away to try and break contact and get off the map. There's now 2 enemy T-54s here. I'm going to try and get out here and use these bushes out here to stay hidden while I shoot things. At least that was the original plan. As I'm coming around here, looking, okay, this bush right here, maybe a good hiding spot. Right. Sure, good hiding spot. Oh, hey, T-54. There's no way he didn't see me.
Critical hit.
We exchanged shots. My hit doesn't really does much, but you heard, critical hit. I just blew his gun off. I nearly wrecked the game right here when, that's a bit of a steep spot. Can't get my gun on him. Let's get back on flatter ground. Okay, there we go. The other T-54 is taken out by our T-30. Sitting here trying to stay hull down so that just my turret's showing. Fortunately, the tank destroyers are sending out a positive rain of shells onto these guys. This T-54 finds itself in trouble. Put a shot into him. The Ag Tiger finishes him off. Unfortunately, our other Tier 10 heavy has been taken out. And I'm looking at the mini-map and going, oh my god, we're down to a single Tier 9 heavy tank holding the city. Oh, he just went away. There's now a Tier 10 medium tank trying to hold the city, but the only thing that's there to help them being a giant pile of artillery. This probably isn't a good thing. So I go racing back towards base, as does one of our other Tier 10 vehicles, a Waffenträger Alpha E100. And after thinking about it a bit, I decide, you know what, T-54's greatest asset here might not be its gun. I come and hide in this particularly large batch of bushes right here. Yeah, the 121, I'm there like, I don't like leaving him, but I know that if I tried to go and save him, by the time I got near enough to do anything, it'd be too late, he'd be dead, and I'd just be exposing myself. So instead, I sit here and I go quiet. Matter of fact, my plan is very simple. Unless I am directly under attack, I'm going to sit here and not shoot and just spot for that giant battery of artillery, which you saw 4 of them just fired into the city trying to score hits on the T-110E5 or the Jagdpanzer E100, one of all those tanks that were just taking out the 121. Most consideration, move a little further back, make sure I'm in a really solid defensive spot here so that I'm as hard to see as possible. Since I'm so close to the bushes, I'll have no problem seeing through them, but they'll offer me a nice fat thing of concealment. However, the enemies that first show up are actually being spotted by the Waffenträger Alpha E100. I got some heat shells loaded, so I start putting them into the flanks of these guys. And the Waffenträger Alpha E100 is just rips these 2 Tier 10s apart. Awesome. Sixth Sense didn't go off. I know I've not been spotted. I'm quite safe, so I'm just gonna chill right here. And this is where, of course, it gets really, really interesting. Two of our T9 TDs have pushed onto the base. Oop. T-32 at close proximity, but I say to myself, I'm just gonna stay very still. And sure enough, he doesn't see me. He's only just under 200 meters away, but thanks to the T-54's great stealth, the camo crew I've got on it, and the fact that I'm holding still behind this actually very dense bush, he has no idea I'm here. So I say to myself, he's going to keep poking up like that. And the more he pokes up like that, the more dialed in the artillery is going to be, and at some point, someone's going to get him. Fortunately, our Waffenträger got spotted and is taken out by an enemy artillery. Well, T-32 pops back up exactly like I thought he would. A tortoise is shooting at him from behind me, and the artillery is all probably there like, you know, they all want some of that heavy tank. The Arty that killed the Waffle apologizes because it turns out they're both from the same clan. The irony. But at this point, it's looking very dicey. They've still got 3 Tier 10 frontline tanks. We have none. Mind you, we have a nice pile of Tier 9s. Oof, and the T-32 goes down without ever knowing why the heck he was being spotted. Now it's decision time for me. I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, I should probably turn and go and try and help out those Tier 9s down south. And sure enough, just about then, the T-30 is taken out by the enemy Waffenträger. And you can still hear the artillery firing and stuff whenever they get an opportunity. The Jagdtiger is now alone, but some instinct tells me not to move yet. To stay here and act as a flank guard for the artillery, because there's still 2 enemy there's an enemy Tier 10 heavy tank and a Tier 9 tank destroyer that have not been seen for a while. Part of me's like, they might come this way now that they know the Waffenträger's dead. And if I can spot them, the Arty will get them. But that's when... What? Artillery? Yep, one of the artillery
Enemy armor is hit.
is doing something crazy. I fire a quick shot into him. I know that's got me spotted, so I immediately move to take cover. I'm going to try and intercept the Arty, keep my artillery safe, because Lord knows we're going to need them. Boom! He gets TD'd out by the Bat Chat. At the same time, the 122-54 is killed by our Jagdtiger, and the E5, the other tank I was worried about, is taken out by our M53. Sweet! I now feel free to move south, join up with the Tortoise and the Jagdtiger, and try to help them find things. I'm a full health Tier 9 medium tank. And while I'm a little terrified of both the Death Star, which can one-shot me at full health, and the Waffenträger, which won't be a one-shot, but it might as well be because he shoots so fast when he's fully loaded, someone's got to find him, and T-54 makes a downright excellent scout tank. Way better than the Jagdtiger or the Tortoise, which don't have either the speed, well, they might have the armor, but they don't have the speed, and they may not have quite as, the view ranges on them are slightly better. They don't have the same mobility either. The good news is that we still have all of our artillery. They only have, they have 4 of their artillery. But their 4 artillery are only being guarded by 2 vehicles. We've got 3 to attack with. We are, of course, lower tier vehicles, and with the exception of my tank, they're all kind of low health, getting steadily lower as they roll into defensive positions. Now the Jagdtiger is asking me to go and scout up along the water's edge. I just don't get that. Not because he doesn't have a point. In hindsight, actually, that probably would have been the smarter way of doing things. But I've already got my heart set on trying to get into that ditch where the artillery likes to hide and use that as my starting platform. To get there, I need to move along this edge of the map. So you saw me do a little bob thing there to see if my Sixth Sense went off, and now I'm making just a flat-out run for the cover over here. And yep, something spotted me. I'm going to zigzag. I'm not going to try and be too predictable. I don't want to be shot by the Waffenträger or the Death Star. Please don't kill me. Holy crap, that nearly killed me. So the M53's up north, and I promptly take cover behind this hard building. Whew. Yeah. Okay. Now to try and do some spotting. Anybody home? Nope. Don't see anything. I'm looking for 2 tank destroyers. This is going to be, even if they're big tier 10s that use camo values are not exactly the best, they're still tank destroyers. Nope, nothing there. That tells me that my welcome here has definitely been overstayed. I haven't been spotted, but the artillery has decided they're going to try and blow apart the building area to get at me. Yeah, that was another close one. Not quite close enough, fortunately, but darn close. Okay, bunch of bushes here to help keep me hidden. Yes, I'm testing to see if I get spotted. Death Star! Someone get the Death Star. Thank you! I didn't spot him. I think the Yag Tiger spotted him. Yup, and pays for it when the Waffle just tears him apart. T-30 points out that we got 4.5 minutes left, so I said, well, alright, he's right. I'm running out of time. I'm going to do something. Come to the bush. Look. Spot carefully. Begin my rush. I hit the SOS button to let the other guys know that I'm going in. Oop, Arty spotted. It's that one of those M53s. I love hitting things on the move like that. Oh god, there's another Arty. Ah, I'm tracked. Oh crap. I need to move. I need to move. Oh god!
One of our tracks is damaged.
Parakeet's down. Oh god.
I don't see the target.
Yes, okay. Enemy artillery is almost completely reduced. Just him and the Waffle. Must move. Must move. Oh god, there's the Waffle. Cover, 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 cover. Okay, covered. Whew. Alright. Yeah, you can see the artillery shells smashing down around him as all the artillery rapidly re-aim and start trying to tear him apart. I carefully sneak along here and pop up in the bush. I don't see him, but I pop back just in case he spotted me anyways. He didn't. So I roll forward again, take a position in this bush where I can spot that whole ridge. Awesome. T-54 concealed, hidden in this position, and that's when the Tortoise does exactly the right thing without being prompted. He rolls onto the base to force them to come into the open. I reload with high explosive because both targets are pretty fragile. Whoa! That was a shot from the Tortoise trying to get the M53, which would have been really sweet if he had landed it. But instead, I'm just going to sit here and be patient. Because the Waffle cannot, right now, get to the Tortoise without having to pass through an area where I will see him. And we have 5 artillery. He has one huge unarmored turret. I see him. Chances are pretty good the Arty are going to wreck him. So the T-30 is like, go spot them. No. I'm gonna let them come to me. And you can see the Arty's going, yep. I'll let them come to him. And there it is. I'm spotted. He's got a great view range. I try a shot, but you know, might as well. I immediately start moving because I don't want to be M53 because that would suck. Boom, Arty comes down next to him. I just say, oh, he dropped off of sight. I need to go after him.
Target acquired.
Go up after him. Miss again. It's okay. Boom. Between the 5 Artys and the Tortoise, the Waffle is done. I see the HE round go over my head. I see that it got the Tortoise behind me, and I go, M53 is not loaded. Reload with armor piercing to make sure the rounds will go true, and go screaming in to kill the last enemy. I'm sure the Artys will try and get him too. There he goes. He's making a run for it. Can't really blame him, but he's not going to run a T-54. Oh, Arty just misses him.
They're knocked out.
And I get the final blow in. So that, I think, gives you an idea of why the T-54 used to be one of the premier scouts in Clan Wars, and remains just an excellent all-around vehicle, having both good resilience thanks to its armor, good speed and mobility, and a very, very nice gun that makes it sort of one of the best all-around tank packages you'll find in the game. Good game, and good night.